It's David. On this pipeline issue, I think what's amazing is so far in all of the inner cities, when it comes to Black Lives Matter, when it comes to the murders and the police presence, they've used the rationale that they're there to stop violence or to stop riots and whatnot. To my knowledge, and I could be wrong, but to my knowledge, I have not heard about any violence on the part of the protesters at the pipeline site. So the fact that they're lining up in all of this military gear, in using the mindset of we need to, avoid any violence, when there hasn't been any, it's, if anything, they're provoking, they're egging on, and it's.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right on that. But I want to add a caveat to that. We've seen that even in Ferguson, what started off as peaceful was provoked, right? Like the police officers coming down in Humvees down the street. That is going to incite violence. Now, don't get me wrong. In almost every protest, you have insurrectionists who want to capitalize on the moment. We saw this in Philly. We saw this at the DNC protest. You had thousands of peaceful people, and then you had a handful, maybe 10 people who were insurrectionists who wanted to start fights, literal fights with the police. So I'm not negating that possibility, but far more than often than anything else, police officers overbearing and disproportionate force on peaceful protesters absolutely incites a level of violence, and it that would not exist had not the police officers been there from the beginning.
Yeah, it just astonishes me that and it shouldn't at this point, right? But it's just like mind blowing that they're there and with really no defense for being there, no real reason, and they have the gall to do it. That to me, that's what just it's like, who the fuck are you?
Well, I mean, they
besides
have
the police.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Besides that, thanks for the call, David. They have the tension is the tension really is between private property ownership, land that existed before America even recognized private property ownership, and our treaty with the nations. It has everything. There are some things that make this a complex. I don't want to say complicated, but it is a complex situation. But the police officers aren't there to address that, right? The media is not here to even unpack that. All we're getting is the crackdown of the police on behalf of the moneyed interest. That's it. That's all we have, right? Because we're never going to actually talk about the tension underneath that created this problem in the first place. Because if we happen to talk about that, then maybe we're going to unpack some real problems in America. And that's the one thing we'll never do, is actually unpack some real problems. Caller, you're live on the air. What's your name, comment, and/or question?